Yes, let's go, my homies. I believe we are kicking off this episode. How is everybody doing, my homies? My name is LeoCoys, the Mile High Hotspur, and I am joined by not only a Rapids fan, not only a Tottenham fan, but my homie Jose from Fuera del Aire and also Rapids en tu idioma. My homie, Carnal, how are you doing?
Mi hermano, I'm doing very, very well. Thanks for having me here. It's such an honor, to be here. Um, I'm doing great, man. I really think that we've been working, um, about this for a long time. It's finally happening, and I'm really happy
Yeah.
about that, man.
Yeah, bro. Well, yeah, so it has been something that we've been trying to do for a minute. Of course, the homie here has his own YouTube channel where he does Rapids content as well. Like I said, it translates to Rapids in your language, where he does do the majority of his content is in Spanish. But it's always good to have the homie here. And of course, you guys, if you guys have seen any of the vlogs that I've done last season, he did feature a few times. So definitely not a stranger and a homie to the channel. So yeah, let's get it going, my homie. I definitely been wanting to do that. I want to say what's up to Callum. Callum saying, "Yo, my homie." Callum is one of my friends from England.
Oh,
Been a subscriber from the wee beginning, my homie. So big up, Callum.
respect.
Always stops by to say what's up when I'm live. But so we were kind of talking a little bit behind the scenes, bro, behind stage, and basically like I've had a few of these streams already, and I've dove into the way we've been playing throughout the season, and I want to get your opinion on some of these things, bro, because you would know, and you probably can observe the game better than I can, and I mean, at least I'm confident you do, bro. It's new
Thank
to
you.
me now. And I say that, bro, because it's new to me now what I'm doing, where I'm paying more attention to the off the ball movement. I'm paying more attention to the build up play. I'm paying more attention to everything that's going on within the stadium with my team because it's here at home. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And this is what I've had the issue with, like the Tottenham stuff, bro. Is it's very far away and it's hard to stay very relevant with the news and to stay up to everything up to date when you're so far away.
Correct.
And to me, it calls my attention a lot, being so close to, the professional team here at home. It's a good environment, a dope feeling. And so, yeah, man, it's definitely a good. It's been a good start, bro. If I could just say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, definitely. I really think that it has been a good start. It could be better. But as far as the first five games have been, to go on the first four undefeated, I mean, that's pretty remarkable, honestly. And
Two
especially
on the
to
road.
get,
Two on the
yeah, yeah,
road.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, the only point where I think that we have to focus is how we've been playing at home, right? We have allowed 6 goals in 2 matches. That definitely speaks about how we're not taking care of business defensively, right? So that's something that really worries me, honestly. But other than that, I mean, I really think the team has I really think they have like good potential, especially offensively, because I feel like we have a lot of weapons. With Georgie, with Rafa Navarro, I feel like we have a lot of weapons up there, but some way somehow we just can't get it going defensively. That I think that has to be the main point of focus here. Because you haven't won a game in the first 5 games, especially at home. And fans are I mean, I really think that they're going to start worrying, if you don't win games at some
I
point.
I, uh I was I told you I was watching Chris Armis's the what the hell is it called?
Press
They interview
conference.
him, yeah, not the press conference, but when they do the media availability at the training.
Got it.
And
Okay.
one of the questions was, sh should fans be worried about, reminiscent times of uh of 2 years ago? And I'm thinking like, dude, like it's like it's not panic time whatsoever. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was like, yeah, we did, like you hit it the nail on the head with the hammer, bro. It's been like not the ideal start. We just got to say that. Why? Because we could obviously have won 4 games in a row, but that's just being greedy, my homies. We lost one game, um, and yeah, I mean it's a blemish start, but we should have confidence in going forward. And I want to touch on something that you said, bro. You said how is it, or can we get the goals going? Can we get the rhythm going? And I found that kind of weird because I think when the defense is a bit hotter, the offense is a bit colder, and vice versa.
Agree.
When the offense has been hotter, the defense was a bit colder. And so I'm gonna toss this one at you, bro, because this is the one that I've noticed the lot that has to do with that is Oliver Larraz, Cole Bassett, and now we're adding in Josh Atencio
Hmm.
into that role there. Last season, we seen us playing a heavy 4-2-3-1, and now we're playing a more attacking 4-3-3, and we're not playing that double six in the midfield anymore.
Hmm.
Last season was Oliver Larraz, Connor Ronan, uh,
That's
Jasper
it.
Lofson, Bassett, you know what I mean? He had four different players, even Wayne Frederick, if he got any time,
Yeah.
could have been thrown in there. So he's had a big bag, if you will, of defensive minded center mids.
Hmm.
And now he's kind of using them a bit forward. Oliver Larraz is, and Oliver Larraz, the times he's been hot, bro, we've scored some goals. You know what I mean?
Agree.
Our midfield
Hmm.
has been very good, and the only one for me, and I know he got a goal, and it was, I mean, in my opinion, I hate to say this, it was a lucky bounce, but he was in the right place to get the lucky bounce. Cole Bassett, only with one goal, hasn't been the most productive of the midfielders. In my opinion, I would think he'd be the one grabbing the bull by the horns and leading this team more. But I want to get your opinion, bro. For you, do you think the switch in formations now it's not as defensively? So, that's apparent now with with 1-6 instead of two. That's going to be a change of system that how is it going to take a long time for us to get adjusted to? Um, or is there games where Chris Armas is going to have to revert to form and go back to that? Just depending on horses for courses.
See, it's because that's the thing. I truly feel that once you change your system, it's obviously gonna take some time, for the players to get used to it. What's been happening this first few games, and what I don't like seeing, honestly, it seems like it's a bit more offensive, right? Like you say, but then we have two defensive center midfielders like Atencio and like Laras, right? But you're playing Georgie out of his natural position as a natural 10, right? He's playing as a left winger. I don't think that he plays his best. I don't think he plays his best football in that position, honestly. And I feel like Cole Bassett hasn't been as productive, like you said, just because he's not getting that role as a double six, right? I don't know if you remember his best moments last year, where were sort of like a Frank Lampard, kind of thing, where he would come in from behind and he would actually score some goals, right? I think that's where he made most of his impact last year. As far as this year, I think we're not playing with natural wingers because Kevin Cabral it's not consistent, honestly, and I also feel like we have a pretty good bench as far as wingers, with Omir Fernandez, with KSB, with what's his name as well? I think it's Calvin Harris too. He also offers a lot of depth. He also offers a lot of speed, right? But I don't know what Chris Arma's plan is for this season. I don't know if he's really sticking to playing that 4-3-3, which
Right.
which just seems like it's a little bit predictable for other teams, right? So that's something that we definitely got to look at. And the only time where Armas changed back to the 4-2-3-1 was in the game against San Jose.
LAFC.
No, no, no.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was that game against San Jose where Omir Fernandez and Harris linked up for the second goal. I don't know if you remember that. The first play
Yeah.
that they had together, that's when they made the impact, right? Right off the bat. So I really don't know what Armas you know, is really thinking. I don't know what he's trying to discover. I don't know if he's also pressured, to use
Not
the
many
new
players.
signees. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Especially forced to use Atencio, right? Because I feel like that was like the big addition of this off season. So it also makes you think, if he's really going to change, some type of form there. But again, I mean, it hasn't been the greatest, but it hasn't been, the worst either. But I mean, can it get better? It definitely can, of course.
Yeah, you mentioned like that Frank Lampard role, and just want to pop this up. I'm eating McDonald's. I just took my dad's car to grab some Mackie, so I'm eating while watching them lives. Let's go, my homies. No, Jose won't be going to London. It's got my homies. I'm gonna meet up with the homie when I go to London. Parker's
I
going
want
to
to go
London.
soon. I really want to
Yeah,
go
we got
soon.
my homie.
Now that
He
I
he
can,
is a Spurs fan. Yeah, and you are a Spurs fan, so
of course.
um, yeah. So I do have on the screen, bro. I don't know if you could see that at all, but it does show from Cole Bassett's, I guess his preferred positions, and it says strictly right there: attacking mid, a center mid, and a defensive mid. And on the right side here, it's showing his heat map for the
Heat
whole
map.
season.
Hmm.
Yeah, and for me, bro, that just looks like a lot of sporadic play, just
Yep.
out on the sides and being kind of flipped to each side. You know what I mean? Pause. But last season, you would have seen this red throughout the whole center because last season, I say this a lot on this channel, bro. There was not one game last season where Cole Basson didn't shred every blade of grass. You know what I
Correct.
mean? And
Correct.
he's just not doing that this season.
Hmm.
Now, you know, it all boils down at the end. It's all going to boil down to how Chris Armas wants to play. And I'll revert back to the interview that I was just watching right now. And
Hmm.
um, he talks about how he listens to the fans. You know, the Rapids they'll have events sometimes, and the coach has been there, and we're able to ask questions. We're able to talk to him, and he's made it no secret that like he'll listen. He listens to like we want to play attacking football.
Even
We're then
tactical questions too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, even tactical questions
Hmm.
like Chris Armas will. Every time that I've been at those events, you know me, bro. I'm always recording, whether I make a video of it or not. Which I tend to just exclude any type of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just strictly, just strictly fun shit. But he it's not like he divulges, but he shares with us exactly what's going on. Like
Yeah.
when Cabral had to get that in the season ending surgery, like he broke it to us like before it even went anywhere. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
like being a Rapids fan is dope because like you are in the loop, you know what I mean? And that's a good thing. But yeah, and one thing that he talked about a lot too was just he's showing a lot of faith in Kevin Cabral on that right side. And it looks like the majority of our team looks to just play that ball over the top of the defender onto Cabral. And you got to think, bro, as soon as those start landing to him on the run, we're gonna see some good contributions from him. Of course, last game he had that pretty big chance that got from a similar play. So
Yeah.
um, I asked Kevin Cabral, how he felt about coming back to the season and his injury, and he said he felt very comfortable enough to get double digits goals and assists. So he's falling behind if
Mm,
he's going to get those targets, bro. You know what I mean?
really?
He's
Eh?
falling behind.
Yeah, yeah. He's definitely falling behind. I truly feel that. Um, I don't know if he really feels that responsibility because of the designated player spot that he has, or that tag that he has on him. I don't know if that's why he hasn't, been that consistent. The injury definitely didn't help him out, but it's already been over 7 months since that
Yeah.
injury.
Yeah.
So I mean, you would think that he already has the form by now, but he really
And,
doesn't
and,
seem like
and,
he hasn't.
and it's not like a muscular thigh, a muscular hamstring. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
God forbid a little broken bone in the foot that's going to linger for the eight
Hmm.
months. You know, it was something up here. So, yeah, no, not to take anything away, but honestly, I think Cabral leaves a lot to be desired, bro. Cabral leaves a lot to be desired.
Of
Uh,
course.
big up to the homie Savage Sev Lokes Hood Tales, my homie. I hope you're doing well, holding it down for the 5280. Big up, big yourself
Shout
up,
out.
homie. Yeah, man. Savage Sev's another Denver creator, content creator here. And it's good to I like to watch local stuff, bro, whenever I
Yeah.
can. You know that, my homie. You know that, my homie. So,
Yeah. I really
um,
feel like we've been putting that, like content creator, especially for football too. I feel like we've been putting it up there lately. There wasn't much back then, honestly, and now, I mean, definitely you guys are helping out for that. So yeah, that's big. That's big.
yeah. Yeah, can I ask you that now that you're on that, bro? I mean, I've noticed even like in the Instagram world, and I'm not too big on Twitter. What about yourself? Are you on X much?
I try to, but the numbers are just not there somehow. Yeah, the numbers just don't help out.
Yeah, I get you. Got you, my
Mhm.
homie. I'll put that down. And the reason I say that is because I'm kind of starting to dip my toes into that. Just because I want to be relevant and see what people are posting and be a part of it too. You know what I mean? Post my bit and do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a rise in different Instagram pages, Rapids Instagram pages, fan
Yeah.
Instagram pages, podcast. I recently came across Pidcast
Hmm.
that does some stuff as well on Spotify. Like I said, now you're kind of not to pat your back too much, bro, but you're kind of like a more of an OG because you've been already a couple of years into the game. But
Yeah.
how does it feel, bro, now that you're seeing people like myself and you're hearing about other stuff that's going on and just more noise being brought, you could say more awareness being brought to the team that you love, bro, the Rapids.
Man, I mean, I love it. I love it. That I definitely, pushed for this a long time ago. Especially, like a couple of years ago. Doing all these events, out of my own pocket, doing them all, and just trying to make people, get into the Rapids because that's our soccer club. Like we really need to support them. That's our local club. That's the team that we really have to support. We have soccer right down the street pretty much. We have to take advantage of
Yeah.
it, right? So
Yeah.
we got to take care of our things, of our especially of our teams, definitely. So um I really love, that there's more creators. I definitely like it. I'm really not uh like I'm really not someone who would say, "Oh yeah, but I was the first one." I'm like, "No, man. Once there's more creators, it means that the team is definitely doing something good, but then that the fans are actually catching,
Engaging.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That was the word that I was looking for. So,
Yeah,
um
yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, or I mean, in my case, especially, it's been hard, to do it in Spanish because it's super difficult, to do it in Spanish because the Rapids are not a big market club, right? So once you do it in Spanish, it's even harder. but it's worth it at the end, because we got people like you now, supporting the Rapids, right? So that's the magic of it.
Yeah, no, bro, and honestly, like I see a lot of what goes on in the Tottenham YouTube and how they
Hmm.
do a lot of shows like this one. They do a lot of
Yes.
uh different type of content, and I'm thinking to myself, bro, I already have the platform, you know what I mean? I already have the space where I can invite people in to watch it. And it's been fun, bro. It's been hella fun, bro. Like, this is the second year that I've been doing rapid stuff, and it's become just as much as my life, if not more than Spurs. Because, like I said at the beginning, it's here. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
said, you get that sense of community, that sense of being. That's what I get when I'm here watching the game.
Hmm.
Just in the mix with all the homies, bro. Just going crazy. Like, yeah, bro. I enjoy
Yeah,
myself, homie, doing that stuff.
definitely. Yeah,
But
yeah. And I remember the first game that you went to last year. You were kind of like, you were kind of skeptical. I mean, about going to more games after that first one. But then,
yeah,
I mean, after that, then I find out that you got, I think you got season tickets, right? So
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, I mean, that speaks for
Yeah, we
itself,
have season
right?
tickets this year. Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
and
good,
see,
man.
bro, like, it's funny because it's come full circle. Like, my life, not to go like on a crazy spirit, like a tangent, but it's become full circle, bro. When I went to London and I watched a lower league football team play.
Yeah,
There was so many people there, bro, so early in the morning. Grandmas, grandpas, little kids, everybody eating hot dogs, drinking beer, and it was community football against that
community,
neighborhood
exactly.
versus this neighborhood. And
Yeah, that's
I
what it
went
should
to the
be.
Rapids game, and the tailgate was fun. You know what I mean? The grill, the music, the environment, the people, the results. You know what I mean? We're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, and a lot of people have said this. Like, I think I fell into it just at the right time. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Because
you did.
the Pids were coming off of arguably one of their worst seasons,
If not the
in a
worst.
long time for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To a drastic, difference, beating the shit out of some Mexican teams. You know what I mean? And I got my Mexico hat on, bro. But I'll say that with pride, the Pids put it to some Mexican teams at home and away last season in the Leagues Cup. We went
especially
far. You know what I mean? Like, who
especially
would
the
have
most
thought that
hated
would have
ones.
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, and it's gonna happen
Yeah.
again this year, my homie,
It
because we
will
got
be.
three of them again. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
That's how it's got to be. Yeah,
yeah, and
man.
I think can I get your opinion on that, bro? A lot of people call it like a Mickey Mouse Cup. I want to get your opinion on the League's Cup if I could.
Oh man, I love it. I love the competition. Like I really feel that really kind of makes it clear um that kind of makes it clear that Mexican clubs don't take it as serious. They still kind of like get overconfident at some point. I mean, that's what happened with the I mean, last year with most of the clubs that the Rapids played and beat too, right?
Hmm,
So, I
hmm.
mean, I love the competition. I mean, I truly love it. Continental competitions don't come as easy, for teams like the Rapids, and to have the chance to play Mexican clubs here during the summer, I think it's a great idea. I definitely think it's a great idea. It it definitely makes the club better, of course. It brings more revenue as well, um
For
because
both
they're
sides, for both
yeah,
sides.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're midweek games, they're against, pretty good clubs, from Mexico. So yeah, I mean, I like the competition, I've heard and read a lot of bad comments, especially from people from Mexico who kind of look at this tournament as not as important, but then they don't win it because they really don't put 100% focus on it. If they would, I mean, they would make it an even more interesting tournament. But yeah, that's just how it is. But I mean, from a Rapids point of view, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, and even I mean, as a neutral point of view, people should love it. I mean, like you said, midweek football under the lights,
Yeah.
and it brings feisty. I'm looking at the schedule. I mean, and it brings some feisty opponents together to fight, bro.
Yeah, we got
Um,
Tijuana and Santos at home, and we play Cruz Azul away.
Cruz Azul in Mexico. Yeah, that's the
On
only thing I guess.
Not in Mexico. I think we play them in LA. Yeah.
In LA, in California. Yeah, yeah,
LA,
yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Same thing. Same thing. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, same shit. Same shit, different
D5,
toilet.
my homie. Yeah, big up, my homie. Smash the likes, the homie D5 says.
Thank you, guys.
Big
Spurs
up,
fans are
big
the
up,
best.
big up.
Spurs fans are the best.
Yes.
They're the most loyal ones, right?
Well, we have to be, bro. We're considered we're considered masochists at times, bro. We just
Yeah.
self-inflict the pain, bro.
Yes. We love the pain.
You
We love
used to
it.
have some you used to have some Spurs stuff hanging up behind you, bro. What happened?
You know, now that I do, most rapid stuff, or I mean mostly rapid stuff, I have flags and
Yeah,
scarves,
yeah,
from the
yeah,
rapids. Um,
yeah.
it's safe somewhere, that scarf. It's up there, definitely. Um, I might have to bring it out sometimes, because yeah. I mean, you pointed it out already, so yeah, why not? I have to
No,
bring it out.
bro, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I watch your stuff, so I enjoyed seeing it when I watch your videos, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 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 definitely. I might have to bring it out sometime soon. You're right.
yeah. Well, don't
Yeah.
don't rush to bring it out, bro, because we're not even performing to the standards yet. So maybe wait till next season. Take the dust off of it and put it up, bro.
No, but we still have some chance, like I feel like we still have some
Yeah.
of it, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Let's go, Jose. Our
Yes.
fans are the most loyal. You'll see. We have to stay loyal, strong together. Let's go.
See, that's why I fell
Let's
in love about
go.
Tottenham because they're loyal, definitely, and their fan
Yeah.
base is big, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Do
I love that
you
about Tottenham.
you ever cuz you I don't know if you ever tell people that I mean me, I'm kind of like a walking billboard for Tottenham. I always have a Tottenham something Tottenham. My tattoos, I'm always talking about it. So when I run into football-minded people, the
You're a
first thing
club
is like, "Yo,
ambassador.
what's your team?"
That's what you are.
Yeah,
You're a
just
Tottenham
about, right?
ambassador.
Just about.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I appreciate that, bro. That made me feel good. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
you deserve it, man.
I see tons of people here, and the majority of them are Arsenal fans. You know what I mean? The
Okay.
majority of them are um, Manchester United, Liverpool fans, and all of them give me shit, bro. To this day,
Hmm.
I'll be in the supporter section, bro, and I just get shit from them. And it's banter, not shit. It's banter because now, like we've got that we're friends now. We're cool. So.
Hmm.
Um, do you ever get that, bro? Being a Tottenham fan, especially being at the stadium, or does that never come out,
I
or do you
mean,
hide it? We're about to find out right now,
no, no,
folks.
no,
Do
no.
you
I'm not
hide
gonna
this?
hide it. I'm not gonna hide my love, from Tottenham. I love the club. I love
I'm
the
kidding. I'm
colors.
kidding.
I love the freaking logo, man. It's like no, no, no. I obviously wear my Tottenham gear with proud. Obviously, um, I don't get as much banter or shit, like you said, um, because there's really not a lot of us, if I'm honest. I mean, here in the States, especially too, you know,
Yeah,
people who support European clubs always go for the big clubs or the ones that are winning, like Real Madrid. Um, you could say like Liverpool too. Lately PSG as well. But once they see me in Tottenham gear, they're like, "Oh, okay." Like Tottenham fan. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's why
yeah.
that's a reaction that I get. Not as much as what the fuck is this guy wearing? Like Tottenham fan. What's wrong with him?
I got
No,
I kind of
that's
got
not
that
what I get.
reaction from Drew Moore. I got that reaction from Drew Moore. He said, "Wait, you're a
Really?
Tottenham?" by choice. I'm like, yeah, bro.
I'm
He's like,
gonna see him
really?
Saturday, and I'm gonna tell them, Drew, I'm a Tottenham fan as well.
Yeah, bro.
I want to
Yeah.
see his reaction
Um,
too.
yeah, he's a good guy, bro. Drew Moore.
Yeah,
Big up, Drew Moore.
yeah, he's great. He's great.
Do you well, I guess I'll ask you that off stage because you don't have to answer that. Um, the Rapids are doing a lot of their own content as well, bro.
Yeah,
Follow any of that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't have much time, honestly, to follow them because, especially, I have to focus on creating my own content and in Spanish, so that's kind of difficult. But I mean, I've seen that they've been moving around, I mean, as far as like content and stuff, I like it. It's pretty dynamic. It's pretty cool. Um, but I truly don't have much time to see every episode, if I'm honest. So,
Fair.
but yeah, no, I mean,
I,
I've seen that they're doing great in there. Yeah.
I think I notice it now more, bro, because I look for it. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
was telling you earlier about the stats and stuff like that. I'll get
Hmm.
my tablet out and I'll go through SofaScore, the app that I was using earlier on here,
Yeah, of course.
and it'll break down like everything, bro, that you
Hmm.
want to look for as throughout the game. Even like on the away matches when I'm sitting here watching the games and stuff like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Um,
Look, I'm more of an old
I'll, I'll
school guy. If you can kind of check it out. I mean, I take notes of every game of the Rapids, every game. Those are my notes
yeah.
right there. I'm an old school guy. So I started it last year, March 8th. The RSL game where we beat them over there 2-1. That was the first time where I took notes on this book. See, I
Yeah.
have it here. Yeah. So
Big up,
yeah,
homie.
yeah. I'm more
Yeah,
of an
because
old school guy.
my homie here, on his channel, some of the viewers that will see this from overseas and maybe here that don't know, my homie Jose on his channel, he does with the narrating of games in Spanish,
Live stream play by play.
and my
Yeah,
home
correct. Mhm.
live stream, yeah, play by play in Spanish, and definitely gets the goal going, homie. I love it, homie. Let's go.
I got the lungs and the chest right.
Yeah, homie, you got to. But that
Yeah.
that that notebook, all the you're doing it right, my homie, because all the greats do that. So don't say you're old school, homie. You're just proper school, homie. That's what it is, bro.
Definitely, yeah, man. I do have
Big
another
up, my homie.
another I do have another notebook which is a little bit bigger. That was from the worst season of the Rapids, from 2023. I
Mm,
have all the notes in there where we had more weather delays than wins that year. That's how
damn.
wild it was that year. Yeah. Yeah. And it was my first full
Yeah,
year
for
covering
me,
the Rapids in Spanish. Hmm.
it was hard for me to become a rap. It was, I say hard. I just was very stubborn. I was
Yeah.
very close-minded that I didn't want to um
Let me ask you something
go
real
about
quick,
it.
Leo. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember that first event that we had right over there by the Bronco Stadium? Remember that?
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
a lot of fun. We had a blast that time.
Yeah.
I know that you went out to support me, right?
Yeah.
But then did that did supporting me actually made you made you feel in love about the Rapids? Did it make you realize that you had a local club to support?
Yeah, no. So look, bro, I was actually thinking about this earlier, bro, because but before the end of the show, I
Hmm.
was gonna take time to give you some flowers, homie. But since you brought it up, we'll do it now.
All right. Perfect.
I honestly have you, and Kevin to thank
Evan too. Yeah.
for
Shout out to him.
because of the second, because yeah, shout out to Kevin because of the second event that you did, which was, by the way, to go support the Rapids and you, my homie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, the first one was, like, I'm gonna go out there support the homie, but it was fun, bro. It was fun, you know what I mean? But yeah, that definitely planted a seed, and then the curiosity. I have a dope ass kit that I won at this guy's event. You know what I mean? That fits me like a chorizo when I wear it. I'm like this,
That's how it fit me
which
too.
is yeah. So which is why you guys probably won't see me wearing it, but
But it's a nice kit for your collection, man. I mean, you can't deny that.
no, it is, bro. It is,
Yeah.
and I've recently found out that season that ticket has every season ticket every season ticket holder on it, written on there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? In the print.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, that definitely sparked the curiosity, and then it opened up. It just opened up a different way of watching football, bro, which is now here at home. So yeah, homie,
Yeah.
and I do have you and not just you, but the other homie to thank for that, bro, because it wouldn't be I wouldn't have season tickets. I take my family, I make videos, I have fun, I've met
Oh,
new
your son last
friends.
time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my son was there with me last time, so of course it's definitely something that has changed my life, homie. So yeah, bro, of course, which
Great, man.
and which is why I think this is why, homie, this is why I think I just got a lot of support for you and what you got going on, homie, because it, it,
Thank
it
you, man.
did help me to get to where I'm at, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. No, that's big.
Yeah.
That's big because I mean that was the initial plan. That was the initial focus. When we started, the project of doing it in Spanish. If as difficult as it might have been, from the beginning, but the main focus and the main point was to get fans to support their local club. Because they don't realize that we have a soccer club here in town. So I mean, we got to support them no matter what. And obviously, the results helped from 2024 that you got attached to the team, right? So
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. No, like I said, bro, it honestly, homie, was a perfect storm. Everything had to line up in order for it to end up how it is now. Not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna lie.
It all lined up perfectly,
But
man.
yeah, bro.
I'm glad it did.
Yeah, yeah, homie, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so look, bro, any type of what's your biggest concern if you have any? Just like 5 games, which will be 5 games in.
Mhm.
We will talk about a little bit the game we got coming up if you want here in a little bit. But just what's your biggest concern, bro, that you got right now? Just as far as Rapids wise, and anything that maybe what we could do to change that. Not us, but the Rapids.
Yeah, of course. So I mean, as far as concerns, I think especially you know, I think starting games the right way and closing games the right way. That's what the Rapids I think have to, like kind of, trim it there. Um this last game against Portland, I don't know if you noticed, but the first goal from Portland came in after
Like
the
for half.
45th minute. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so like at the end of the first half. And the second goal came right at the beginning of the second half. Yeah.
Three
I
three
think it
minutes
was
there.
like yeah, 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 yeah. 3 minutes. So I think that's something that the Rapids really have to take care of. Try not to get too amped up after the second half, trying to look for that equalizer, Um, I mean, it's all depending on the game situation, but, strictly talking about what happened last Saturday, I think they were way too amped up on the second half and they just didn't take care of business of the fundamentals, right? Which is playing defense the right way. So I think that's something that can concern Chris Armas, and I'm pretty sure that he's working on it. No doubt about it, right? The other concern that I have going forward is the lack of creativity in the last third, right? There were a couple of games, the game against LAFC and the game against St. Louis, if I may remember. Yeah, those two games we didn't get a single shot on goal. And this last game against Portland, we only got one shot on goal, right? As dominant as we look on the first 40, 45 minutes against Portland, we couldn't get any shots on goal. So that's also a big concern, right? Um,
Right, right.
it's probably, it might come because we're not playing our best players in their best positions or where they could fit better, right? Like I said, Georgie is playing as a left midfielder. I don't think that's the right position for him. He really needs to be more in a 10 role, right? Where he can help out the two central midfielders and where he can just, create, just, free him up, let him create. Kind of like what James Madison does at Tottenham, right? Where if you play him at that position, that's where he is going to be consistent. That's where he is going to be more that's where
Effective.
that's where he is going to make the impact, right, with the team. So I really feel like Armas should look at going back to the basics. You know what made the Rapids a pretty good successful team last year. You know, playing with the 4-2-3-1. As much as you might like Atencio and Larraz, but you have to sacrifice one of them, right? I don't know if you. I mean, if you have to sacrifice one of them to, you know, what I mean, to play another winger, right? It's gonna make the team look better. Definitely, I really think that's something that the Rapids could do. You know, to just to, you know, probably keep adding more points. You know, this year it's barely the first loss, obviously,
Right.
but
Right.
the way that we lost last Saturday, that's what worries me as well. You know, I think it's something where, like, once they scored the second goal on us, like, the team just shattered. You know, like, the confidence came down, everything came down. It wasn't surprisingly the worst game that I've seen the Rapids play. Um, I mean, even though that it was a 0-3, you know, defeat at home, but still,
Right.
you know, I mean, we definitely have to get some points at home. This Saturday against Charlotte, I think it's going to be a really difficult rival.
Mm,
Definitely.
mhm,
They got pretty good
mhm,
players. They got a pretty good coach. They have a
mhm.
really good keeper. You're going to see that game. Their keeper is amazing. So, but again, you know, you have to take advantage of the altitude first and foremost. You have to take advantage of the people that are going to go out on Saturday. It's a day game as well, you know, so that's not very common. So I mean, I think a lot of people are going to come out to the stadium. um
Only one.
yeah, yeah. Sadly, yeah, just only one day game this year. But yeah, I mean, and you also have to rely on Rafa Navarro. You know, you have to give him those chances. You have to create those chances for him. You know, because when you created them for him, he finished them pretty well. I think the first game against Dallas and the second game against Austin, he played great, man. He played great. He has that killer instinct. He really does. So you just have to rely on him as well. He can definitely have his best season in a Rapid shirt this year. I think
It's
that's
good.
what I feel. That's what I feel about Rafa. So yeah, you also have to rely on him. But yeah, those are my concerns about, you know, the Rapids going forward this year. But nothing to worry about. I know Armas is gonna work on that. And yeah, I mean, just hoping for, you know, for better results and for more shots on goal as well. Definitely.
Yeah. I could say I echo what you said, bro. And now back on the screen on the right hand side here is the player ratings, and of course Zach Steffen, it goes without saying, has been our best player so far. And a couple of things that I did want to touch on that you said, kind of just to not to play devil's advocate, but to give you a different perspective, a different point of view. You mentioned Georgi Mihailovic, and the reason I remembered that is because he's our second highest, but our highest rated outfield player. And you kind of mentioned how you would think maybe he'd be a lot more effective on it through the middle as a 10, kind of
Yep.
like you mentioned James Madison playing that role. And
Mm-hmm.
here's his heat map here, and that is what we're doing. We're playing him on the left hand side of that three.
Mm-hmm.
He said in an interview that he's most comfortable in that position. Could you believe that?
Wow.
He said that playing on the left. Now, I mean, is he how much of that, I would hope that's true, right? That's what he's saying. Not
Agree.
just for the interview, but he's saying that, he feels very comfortable out on the left-hand side there, bro. And he's
Mm,
spending a lot of time there. I see the darker red spots that are off to this side, but I would say those are probably more like your set pieces, and stuff like that. You see the corner
correct.
over there, he's got a few, so that's going to be like your anomaly plays and shit like that. But he's spending the majority of time My homie, have you noticed the majority of our buildup comes from the left hand side? We're sending in the crosses from the left hand side. Majority of them, don't get not
Yep.
not all of them, but our buildup play goes. Oliver Larraz is on the left hand side as well. Even Cole Bassett, bro, will tuck in. I need to get better at this to be able to figure out how to compare them. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that
That could be, yeah, that could be a pretty good exercise. Well, now that you mention it, most of the attacking creation comes from the left side.
it
That
goes from
also
the left.
makes you, yeah, that also makes you a really predictable team, right? Because you're always attacking from the same side, right? So,
Right.
hmm
I was looking at this the other day and I seen the whole team throughout the season as a whole. I was able to see the whole season so far, heat maps all together, average position. But yeah, I'll have to get better at that. I don't want to waste the time doing it here. But you also made a couple other good points, bro, that I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Well, first of all, homie, sorry for skipping over the comment. If you're still here, if you're not, I just want to say, bro, shout out to you guys. The little homie came up and asked if I would take a picture with him, bro. It made my fucking day because I was like, bro, of course I'll take a fucking picture with you, homie.
nice.
So shout out to you, my homie. But Charlotte is a tough team coming up, bro. I think their coach is Dean Smith, who was in
Yep.
the Premier League, I think last with Leicester or with Burnley or something like that. So
hmm
he comes with a good philosophy, has a good batch of players, good designated player in Wilfred Zaha, who be
Yes.
coming to the Mile High, who's going to have a hard time breathing because he's not going to know what's going to hit him when he gets up here in the high altitude. Um, and yeah, but they're flying high, bro. They're doing good. I watch a couple of YouTube channels off the top of my head. I think it's called the Mint City Matthew, and then the other one is like Javi QC, and they both do vlogs similar to what I used to do last season. I kind of changed them up this season, but and they're Charlotte fans, and they show their stadium, bro. They play in a huge freaking stadium, bro, and
It's a
and
football stadium,
they have
yeah,
a huge
and they sell it
huge
out.
fan base. Yes, a huge fan base, bro. They walk and they march down like they're downtown or whatever it is to get to the stadium, and they fill it with flares and like they're doing it out there, bro. And they're gonna come here to a different environment, bro. I like to
hmm
think that like you know we're it's a different place to come and play. I've said this on streams before, bro. Any team come in here, I think we could beat them. Any team come in here, I think we could beat
Yes.
them because one, of course, the elements, you never know. Is it going to be a hot day? Is it going to be a cold day? Is it going to be a snowy day, a rainy day? Or are you going to have a little bit of all of them in one day, homie? You never know. So that's one thing that we have an advantage. And again, the altitude, it's kind of a cheap advantage, but it is an advantage, my homies.
Yeah.
And, Chris Armas over the last season, I would hope he's figured out, because I see it. We press high, which is, we'll talk about that here in a second. We press
Yep.
high and we wear the opponent out. So the second half comes around. The majority of the part we're attacking towards the south bank, where the supporter section is at, and we're winning all those second. We're winning all those 50-50s. We're winning all those second balls. We're winning all those challenges in the midfield. Keegan Rosenberry is winning those balls. Reggie Cannon is winning those balls in the second half. I just feel like the Rapids come alive in the second half, bro. Although it has been lackluster the last couple of games, but if we were to recreate last year's form, we held it down at home. We really held it down at home. You know what I mean? A
Yep.
few blemishes, but even like started off last season with the LAFC match, which was our last 2:30 p.m. kickoff,
It was a day
if you
game.
remember.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, it was a day game. You know what I mean? Like we just attack, ferocious attack in the second half, bro. Getting those goals, Bombito getting two on his birthday. You know what I mean? Like,
Correct.
and all that is just like in in our end when Chris Armas, I think they want to attack, bro. Wear the team out throughout the first half, pressing, 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 and like I said, it come the second half, bro. Um, do you think we're just a bit more ready for it? We're just a bit more up for it. We're a bit more. acclimated to the whole environment that, you know, we can beat any one of these teams that come in here.
I definitely agree with you. Yeah. Last year when I had that one-on-one with Chris Armas, when he just came into the club, he definitely told me that the you know the main thing, or like, I would say the priority for the team was to always give the fans something to be proud of, right? So if they're really showing a lot of intensity at home, it's because they truly care that they want to win for their fans, right? So it is like you say, we can definitely beat any team here at home. It's just a different environment. We definitely don't have the best stadium. Uh, um, you know, Even the stadium itself, like the location, it kind of throws you off, right? So when teams from other places come here to play the Rapids, they 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 kind of not know what's gonna hit them until it hits them, right? Um, they really feel like fans are not gonna support the team because they're not a big market club, maybe. But then lately, you've seen a lot of fans, rooting for the Rapids nowadays. So that's definitely something that might surprise them. And obviously, if you combine those factors, the altitude, the fans, plus a good intensity of the team, plus a good football that they can play, some teams, you know, might come here to Denver with the mentality of, okay, if we get a draw, then that's a really good result for us, no matter how the Rapids are doing, because of the altitude and the other elements that we already talked about, right? So Armas and the Rapids really have to have their game plan well set up, well structured. I don't know how he's gonna play this game, especially as far as like um as a lineup, sort of thing. I don't know if he's
Right,
really gonna move around players or not.
right.
But one thing that you cannot leave out, for every home game, it's the intensity. They have to press really high. They have to be effective, right, in the box too. So I mean, like you said again, we can beat any team here at home. I think Charlotte has been playing really, really good, but we have our chance to win our first home game this year, just like we did last year, right, against LAFC in a day game. So I
Yeah.
don't, I, I don't see how we cannot win this game, and I think also the players are are maybe starting to feel that pressure, that they haven't won at home, especially how the last two games at home went, right, where they had most possession of the ball, but they just couldn't finish them off, especially against Dallas too. From winning 2-0 to end up in a draw. It's kind of that definitely has to get the players going, and that I really don't see how we're not winning this Saturday at home. Definitely.
Another that was another match that we went up, and right before halftime they got two.
Yeah,
Dallas.
just like I
They
said,
got
they
two
really
that
have to focus on closing the games the right way and starting the games the right way, right?
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And even then, bro, even then, they s- they try to stick to the game plan. I think last game was the first time, after the second goal, the goal from Anthony. um I seen the Rapids kind of just break down mentally.
Yeah.
The players were a bit frustrated, you know what I
Hmm.
mean, because they let that goal. It was a good shot. I broke that down in the last stream. It was a good shot, you know what I mean, from Anthony. But collectively, the team, and collectively, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Some of the goals that we've conceded
Hmm.
have been because our midfield, we give the ball up too much, and we're kind of just opened up on this transitional play, and we just get carved up, bro. A lot of times they're playing these through balls in through our center backs,
Yeah,
and either getting the goal on the first time or on the rebound, bro. And we've seen it happen a few times this season.
I agree.
um, and that's kind of a perfect segue into my next, that I told you I wanted to ask you. I remembered we we got two new center backs in this summer,
Yep.
and got Lala Sububakar, of course, is now at Dallas. We lost Moise Bombito last season, so I mean, I guess we could say we've done moved on from that. Um, these two players, Cheeto and Ian, even Ian, we started off pretty good, bro, and then it, it, it got switched over to Andreas Maxu and Cheeto, which I mean,
Mhm.
I'm nobody to question Chris Armas or whatever, but um, is there something there maybe that maybe it's worth revisiting, or in your opinion, do you think Cheeto and Andreas Maxu probably give us the most, as far as what we're trying to get out of them?
See that, I mean, yeah. Now that you're talking about it, I really feel like the best partnership out of those, three central defenders that we have, I think it should be Murphy and Cheeto. Those two. Why? Because I feel like Maxu, when he came back, I think like he's still lacking a little bit of form. I don't know if you saw that last game. He looked kind of slow in the back, like I mean, like you said, a lot of those through balls, that happened were because of him, because he seemed to be out of position. Um, Last year he played every single minute with the club, every single minute, and that is remarkable. But once you see that you have a good partnership, especially with two guys that know each other, that already played with each other last year with Cincinnati, I think you also have to rely on them. I mean, like, why not? I know Max Drew is a big figure for the club. Um, um, he came in a couple of years ago, and he came in as a big signing for the club. But then you also have to realize that the best partnership that you have, and especially because Murphy is a left back,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
he has that attacking mentality, right? Of like always going forward instead of having two right footer center backs and always going the same direction, right? That also makes
Mm,
you a really predictable team from the back as well, right?
mhm.
So I really feel like there should be some switches in there. It has to be Murphy and Cheeto. But again, like you said, I'm nobody to question Chris Armas because he only knows his players way better than we do. Definitely.
At the end of the day, he knows what he's
Yep.
cooking with. We're
Hmm.
just armchair pundits. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
say
yeah.
in the social media world, we're just armchair
We do this
pundits.
for
But
fun.
um, yeah, no,
Yeah.
but I mean, look, it's just based off what I'm seeing, bro. I agree. Like, I think defensively, our team was a lot more solid with Cheeto and Ian. However, when we went forward, we did lack something. And I'm not saying that's because it was Ian and Cheeto. I'm just
Yeah.
saying the numbers don't lie. When we played with them, we didn't score. But of course, they didn't score on us either. El
We got a guest
Chato.
here. This is Lola. She's a big Rapids fan. Right, Mama? Oh,
Big
and
up.
by the way, this Saturday it's I think it's Bark at the Park night
Market, yeah, yeah,
at
yeah,
the
it
stadium.
is. My
So
dog
yeah,
would go crazy, bro. So I
yeah,
can't take her else. I would, dude.
you're gonna
I
see a
would love to
lot of
take my
dogs,
dog.
a lot of pups.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would be fun to see that again. What about the pairing of our right backs and left backs? We've seen Chris Armas do a bit of changing here and there between God, why am I Keegan and
Reggie
Reggie.
Cannon. Hmm.
Yeah. Because
Um.
usually, what I've been seeing, well, sorry to cut you off, bro, but just before, I've been seeing one of them goes up and one of them stays back, and they kind of tuck in to make a back three.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
this is all something Chris Armas kind of said too at the beginning of the season, is we were going to try and have like that type of a formation,
Yeah.
and he has been showing that, you know what I mean, where we're kind of jamming up the top line and thinner at the back, but your thoughts, bro, on Reggie Cannon and Keegan Rosenberry? Uh, at sometimes they're left back, and sometimes he switches them. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't think that's been the problem. With them. I feel like they have been performing really, really well.
Yeah.
Especially with the game plan, like you said. Like one of them goes goes forward, and then the other one just tucks in, right, to make like a back three. Um, and you actually have to look at that game plan because you don't have a natural left back, right? Sammy Vines and
That's right.
what's his name, Jackson Travis. Also,
Jackson
I mean,
Travis.
yeah, they're both injured, which are your natural left backs, right? If if they, I think if both of them were healthy, you could probably see a different kind of tactic there in the back. You might probably see both of those um I mean right back and left back. You would see them both going forward a little bit more, to get more support offensively. So, but again, I like the plan, that they do. So I really don't think that they've been the problem here. It's been more.
No, not whatsoever.
No,
Not
not at all.
whatsoever, bro.
Not at all. I think
Like I mentioned. Oh, go ahead.
no. Go. You good?
Like I mentioned earlier, bro. When we look to regain possession, I'm looking at these two players first because, like I said, a lot of times, the opponents will try and start the long ball off. And who's the first one there, bro? It's either Reggie Cannon or Keegan Rosenberry.
Or
You know
Keegan,
what I
yeah,
mean? And, I never noticed how many miles Keegan puts in a game, bro, but he bombs up and down, bro. He
and he
puts in
did.
a shift, bro, and I'm glad to see that. And I'm glad
Yeah,
to see that Reggie Cannon also is, towards the end of the game. Keegan is a bit older. There's no secret. We took him out,
yeah,
put in Ian Murphy, a more naturally left-sided defender. And what do? We move Reggie Cannon over to the right-hand side, who Reggie Cannon is, in fact, a Yeedo. He's a Tottenham fan.
sure, great.
Um, so, yeah, so I just all this stuff, bro, is all stuff that's been kind of just catching my eyes. You know what I mean? I like to
Yeah,
stand there and I like to sit a bit more elevated so I can see a bit more at the game. And it's helped, bro. It's helped, bro. It's opened up my eyes to being able to watch the game and understand it more. I try to do so when I watch the away matches and when I watch the Tottenham games, but it's just way much easier in person
yeah, it
to
is.
try and observe a full game of football. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, what about this coming up match, bro? We kind of talked a little bit about our opponent. We kind of talked about what to expect, but how about lineup wise, bro? If you're Chris Armas, my homie, what type of game plan are you gonna try to instill against this opponent?
if it was up to me, I would probably go back to a 4-2-3-1. I would go with Stefan on goal, definitely, which we definitely missed him,
Yeah,
right? Last game, we
yeah,
definitely missed him, and I don't know how he's not getting a chance with the US men. With the US men's national team. I don't know
yeah.
how Turner is getting, the starting
I
position.
agree.
I really don't understand it at all, man. I really don't get it. But I would go with Sack on goal. I would go with Reggie as a right back. I would go with Cheeto and Murphy in the back, and Keegan as a left back. I really don't think Sammy Vines or what's his name again, Jackson Travis. I don't.
Jackson Travis.
I really don't think they're going to be
Yeah,
healthy by then. So I would just go with that back four. Two in the middle. I would go with Ollie Laras and Bassett. Right winger, I would put Cabral. I would leave Georgie as a 10. And then here comes decision time. Probably I would go with Omir as a left winger.
mm, mm-hmm.
And then Rafa on top. Yeah. But genuinely, what I really think is going to happen is that Chris Armas is going to go back to the 4-3-3. Right? He's
4-3-3.
actually gonna play Georgie on the left. He might stick again to Kevin on the right, Rafa as a 9. And we might just probably see, the 3 in the middle with Cole, Ollie, and Josh Atencio as well.
I mean, I think he's gonna revert to the 4-3-3 as well.
Yeah.
Play what we've seen.
Yeah. If it was up to me, I would just go with the 4-2-3-1, but that's not what's gonna happen.
Let's do this, my homie. I have a lineup builder here on screen.
Great.
Let's what if we were to do like
Oh, I see a 4-1.
what about like would you ever entertain a going 3 at the back? with
Um,
the defenders that we have,
with the
because
defenders that we
we have
have, no, probably
okay,
not, because we need a natural left back. We need Sammy Vines or Jackson Travis, either one.
okay,
Yeah, because if we had a back three, I would definitely go with Ian as the left back.
Ian. That's where I was going here with that one.
Yeah, Ian. I would go with Maxo
Maxu. Yep.
as the center back, and as the right back, I would put Cheeto.
Vito.
Cheeto, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me put Zach Steffen in here real quick.
Yeah. Now this is if we have
Okay.
everyone healthy, right?
Yeah, we're just playing in a perfect world. Yo, Leo, Jose, you guys got the keys to the car. Go out there and take it for a spin.
All right. Well, let's do it. Okay. So the two center mids, I would put Ollie,
Well, let me ask you this
Laraz.
first. Well, let me ask you
Yeah, yeah. Go.
before we go any further.
Uh-huh.
Is this formation cool? A 3-2-4-1? Would you still want to do? I think we would probably have to do a double pivot there if we're going to do
Yes.
three at the back.
I
Okay.
would
And
I
then,
would
are
probably
you good with that?
go.
The 2-4-4-1, or would you want to do something different?
Let's see. Try a 3-4-3.
3-4-3.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's
Mm-hmm.
do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So right back, I would have to go with Keegan. Yep. Captain Keegan.
Where are you at, Keegan? Two E's.
Yep. Keegan. The first center mid. I would put I would go with Ollie. Yeah, Ollie Laras.
Nope.
No, we don't have Messi.
No, we don't have.
We
I
don't
got
need him.
typing problems today. Nah, we
There
don't need
we
him.
go. No. I mean, he didn't
We
even
don't want Oliver Skip either.
No, we don't want him either.
Oliver Skip either.
No, we want the right Ollie here. And this is interesting.
That's
Okay. I would go with Bassett there. Yep. I would put Bassett. Mm-hmm. Go
just
with
seen you
Cole.
earlier, Cole. Cole Palmer, Cole Bassett.
Yeah, see,
All right.
this is thinking if we have Laras and Bassett, you can either substitute. I mean, because obviously you're gonna try to be offensive, right? So you are gonna leave Laras as a holding center midfielder. So he's gonna have a little more of I really think he's gonna be running a little bit more. He's gonna be putting a lot of miles under his legs. So you also have the option of going with Ronan or Atencio as well, right? So let's say you're up by 2, 75th minute, I don't know, 80th minute. You can pull out Bassett as well, leave Ollie, and you can bring in Ronan or Josh Atencio. Those are the options that you have, right? When you play a 4, a 3 in the middle. Yeah. That's if you're winning by 2 goals in the 75th, 80th minute, or even by 1 goal even. So, yeah, you get a lot of options.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like where we're going with here. What about on the left hand side?
We'll go with Sammy
Would you
Vines,
put
right?
Vines? Yeah.
Yeah, just because he has that more of that offensive mentality. I mean, I love Reggie Cannon. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I mean, and you can
No, but we could
also use
definitely
Reggie.
substitute him in anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. You can also use Reggie
Yeah.
as a sub. If you need to pull out Keegan, if you need to pull out Cheeto on the right, he can cover those 2 positions easily.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
All
agree,
right.
bro.
I'll let you pick the right and the left winger up there. Whatever you want to do.
Well, I mean, I think if we're going this formation, bro, I'm gonna have to put in Georgie Mihailovic here. Yeah.
But okay, you have Georgie on the left, right?
Yeah. He'll definitely tuck in more. He'll definitely come in here and tuck in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
just to free up
probably
some
I would,
space for Sammy Vines on the left, right?
yeah, of course, and I would probably, if that's the case, then I'm gonna definitely put Hoffa, of
Yeah,
course, right here where he deserves to go. Hoffa, where are you at?
yeah, he's our only option as a
Um,
9, so definitely have to
yeah,
go.
I mean, and on the right, I mean, we're kind of.
You know who I would
If
like
I
to
could,
see, honestly, as a starter? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
go ahead.
You know who I would really like to see as a starter that I think has something different in him? I like KSB, Stuart Bynes.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
like him.
yeah, yeah. Is he a
I like
left-sided
him.
player?
He can play anywhere up top,
Okay.
anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just because
Uh,
I think I've seen enough of Omir. I know what he can give. I've seen obviously enough of Kevin and Calvin too.
yeah.
I think he's a great sub. So there's
Calvin,
Calvin. Yeah. I mean, I was talking about Kimani Stewart Vines.
KSB.
KSB. Yep. Yeah. Kimani Stewart. Yep. Yeah. I think he needs to start getting more minutes under his belt at some point. I truly believe that he's a player that could offer you something different up there.
Yeah, that would be a crazy that would be a fun thing to watch right there, my homie.
Yeah.
Be an
But it's a
experiment.
well
That'd be an
balanced lineup
experiment.
if you see. If
Yeah.
you really look at it, I think it's well balanced. I really do.
And see, the whole idea is when I was saying with my homie Greg, I guess standing in the South Bank with the homie Greg, I told him, you know what, bro? Like, if I'm Chris Armas, I would entertain the idea of a back three. It
Yeah.
just, I think with our players, bro. Oh, hold on, homie. I turned on the interview in the background,
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
so I was
So,
playing. No, it was in the AirPods.
oh, it wasn't you. Oh, okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah, but I lost my train of thought here. Help me out, homie. What was I saying?
You were talking to somebody in the South Bank
Oh
about
yes. Thank you,
about the
thank
lineup.
you.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, bro, with the players that we have, homie, and the way we've been using them lately, and the fact that we don't have see, because if I'm going to be honest with you, bro, if I'm doing a back three, I would probably do something different, right? And this is just what when I think about the back three, I would probably do um what did I have up here first?
3-5-2 maybe.
3-5-2? No.
Uh, Midfield's a little crowded with that, right?
Yeah,
It
midfield would be
looks a
way
little crowded.
crowded.
3-2-4-1 also looks crowded. Ooh.
No, but you know what, bro? I think I like that better though, homie.
I like
I
that.
like this
Yep.
better though. Yes, I like
Yep.
this better. And now hear me out, bro. If I was given the keys for a weird ride, bro, then I'm definitely, of course, we're gonna put Stefan in there, right?
Yeah. Why not?
But back here, bro, I'm gonna go Ian, which he should be here. Ian Murphy.
There
I'm
he
going
is.
Andreas Maxu, of course, in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Cheeto on the right.
Okay. That's a
Here
really
I'm
strong,
going with.
reliable back three.
No, it is, and you're gonna need that, bro, because I'm gonna want Cheeto to go out wide. I'm gonna want Murphy to drop out wide if I need them to cover the wide parts, and then I'm gonna have here. Where are you at? Atencio.
Atencio. Okay.
Here I'm gonna have Laraz. Where are you at? I know you're on here somewhere, my homie.
Not Odegaard. Nope. Mm-mm.
No, no. I'm gonna have Laraz. Yeah,
Yeah.
right here. I'm probably gonna have Georgie.
Yes.
Right here,
Oh.
I'm probably gonna have Cole Bassett right there. Yes.
Yeah.
And that leaves me with just one attack up top. Again, we know who that is. We don't need to have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And now This
Decision
is where
time.
I would much rather have this headache here because look, if I'm doing this back three and I'm going to be opened up, well, then cool. Maxu stay central. Murphy, Cheeto, open up a bit if you need to. Larraz and Atencio can always drop back a little bit to make that a five, a back five. You
One
know
of
what
them
I
can
mean?
drop back, definitely, yeah, or even a back four too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, for sure, for sure. Atencio, that would be Atencio's job all game long. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Atencio, you're probably the most uh probably in my opinion would be the best one for that, but you have the ability. Murphy comfortable to go out left as a makeshift left back for the
yes,
for the play, you know what I mean? Cheeto, I think he can handle the right side there like that, so this gives you tons of versatility. They get tired out, take Cheeto out, put in Keegan Rosenberry. Ian Murphy, take him out, put in Reggie Cannon, or however, bro, however you want to do that there. That's
or even shift
massive,
the back
massive
three.
versatility.
Yeah, or even
Yep.
shift the back three and pull Laras as a right back too,
Yeah.
right?
When you
Mm-hmm.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have to.
Mm-hmm.
However it is you have to. If you need to tuck back to the right and Atencio comes back as a left back, then it just so happens to be for that counter attack. That's just what it is. But I
Yeah,
think Atencio and Larraz would be able to cope with that type of responsibilities. And
I
then
agree.
Cole Bassett and Georgi Mihailovic, bro, your two most focal, creative, that could probably um complement each other, very well. Why wouldn't that work right there, bro?
Yeah,
And then on the right side here, let's go. We'll put in Stuart. Where you at?
it's down there. I see him right
Kamani
underneath
Stuart
that.
Baines.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And then on the right, then whatever, that's fine. We can have this issue. We're gonna put Omir. We're gonna put Calvin. We're gonna put in Cabral.
Even
You know what I
Kevin
mean? Like it
Cabral.
is what
Yeah.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even Kevin Cabral, because even at that, bro, Kevin Cabral is not just a fucking sheep out there left to dry like he's
Yeah.
been in the last couple of games. He's just out there by himself, and everybody's on the left hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Here, if you have Cole Bassett and Georgi Mihailovic, both double tens, if you will, um, that's a lot. And the biggest thing that I see here, my homie, triangles everywhere. Triangles everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
So if
All
it
right.
just, I would like to see something like that, bro. If this is again armchair punditry here, bro, like that's what I would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, like you can see that the team has depth and the team has a lot of options to go to, right? And the form changes also when the game scenarios allow you to, right? So, like for example, you're tied in the 75th minute, in the 80th minute, you know,
Yep.
you can you
You got
can
to change it
also
up. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And you can even think about a back three, right? Where you're
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, where you kind of think, okay, we need a goal to equalize or to win the game, right? Why are we bringing in a center back? Okay, this is why, right? Because it gives you a different form and it gives you like a totally different, tactical scheme where you
Let me
can
just
attack,
tell you this, bro.
right?
Let me just show you this. Let me show you. I totally agree, my homie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why doing changes like this, you're allowing yourself to experiment and probably
Yeah.
find something new. But let me just say, what if we were to close off a game like this, bro, with Rosenberry out on the left, right there, and
And
then
Cannon,
what is it?
Reggie.
And yeah, and then Cannon on the right. Where you at, Cannon? I'm looking for you.
I don't think he was added to
What?
the.
No, he wasn't. We'll find it right now.
Wasn't added.
Cannon.
There he is.
Tell me, and then of course Cabral. Why did I put you right there? Keegan Rosenberry and Cannon, of course, would be way more back. You know what
Yes.
I mean? It
Yeah.
would be a five. It would be a five back there. You got Keegan Rosenberry and Cannon literally playing a back five with
Yeah.
Oliver Larraz and Atencio. Bro, let's say you got a 2-goal lead against LAFC. You know what I mean? At halftime, bro,
Mm-hmm.
come out at halftime, fucking park the bus and
Yeah.
and sustain the next
Yeah.
45 minutes and get you a victory against a good team.
Yeah. Exactly. Or just play it out for the first 10, 15 minutes. Even if they
You
score
know
a
what I
goal on
mean?
you, you can bring in the back five by the 60th minute, and there's no way LAFC are gonna score on you. No way with the
Yeah,
back five.
yeah.
No way.
No, I agree. I agree. I guess let me see if I couldn't find that better here. What would that be? Like
It'll be more like a
uh,
four, no,
a
like a 5-4-1 probably,
yeah,
where you
like
can just, yeah, where you can just free up Georgie and yep, just like that.
or even
Where you
something
can
like
just
that
free up,
with just,
yeah,
substitute Cannon and Larraz and then Rosenberry, and you know what I mean? But
yeah,
that'll shut down a game. That'll shut down a
yeah,
game easily, bro.
definitely, yep, definitely. Especially the two holding midfielders. Do not go anywhere. Do not move from there. Just stay there. Do not go forward. Just contain them. That's all you need to do.
I agree, bro. I agree, my
Yeah.
homie.
Yeah, see, we got a
Just
lot of options. I mean, I definitely think that the team has a slightly better squad than what it was last year. So
yeah.
that's why you have to look at all these options, right? To see where the team can be in different positions in different scenarios. But I really think the team they have way better depth than they did last year and the year before, definitely.
And that's pretty crazy, bro. Because again, that's something that I talk a lot with my homie is we got rid of a couple of players, a couple of defenders, in the last two transfer windows. But yet we've added quality, bro.
Yes,
The quantity now is there. We have quantity and quality. If I'm
correct.
honest with you, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree.
Not a
Yeah.
bad problem to have. Not a bad problem to have if you're Chris Armas. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and hopefully, I mean, it is a bit of a stretch now, but hopefully, like, we will get some good form from some of these other players. Like, I mean, and just to touch on that a bit, Omir comes on last game or the other game with Calvin Harris and bags us a goal in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So if you could get
Mm-hmm.
your subs to come in and start, uh, producing as well, bro. It's only up from here, bro. I mean, it definitely could get worse. Don't get me wrong, but um, what am I doing here? What have we been doing? But yeah, man. What about a prediction for the game?
Oh man, I I rarely hit predictions. But I mean, I don't like I said at the
Okay,
beginning of
well,
the
not a
podcast.
prediction. What do you want? What do you I mean, you told me you think we're definitely gonna walk away with a win, though. So you
Yes.
already predicted we're gonna win. You already
Yeah.
predicted we're gonna win. Um,
I'd probably say we're
yeah, I
gonna
mean,
win by
just
one goal, maybe. By one goal. It's gonna be a
yeah,
close game just because Charlotte it's not a they're not gonna be an easy team. They're definitely not. They have a really smart coach. They have really good players. Um Offensively, I think they're pretty good. I really don't think that we're gonna get a clean sheet on this game. So if we win, it's gonna be by one goal, maybe. So a 2-1, and I'm probably saying a lot already. So maybe just a 2-1.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, look, man, I'm gonna say this, bro. If the Rapids are to win, we're gonna need solid performance from
yes,
of course Zach Steffen. That goes without saying. Zach
yes.
Steffen's gonna need to step back into his position like he's been, and
Hmm.
just keep grinding away. Like you said, focus on your craft. It's a shame that he didn't get he got the call up but didn't get the minutes with the
Yeah,
U.S. team. But that'll only help him, bro, to come back and just fucking focus. Keep getting some more good games. Uh, he's been our best player this season, so he's going to be key. But it's going to start there, bro. Depending on who he puts on as our back line. I just hope that like we nail the game plan, like we've been talking about. The game plan that they set out to play, just stick to it. Huge
yeah,
performance from Oliver Larraz. I'm big on Oliver Larraz this season, bro. Like I
yes,
think that he has it in him to be bigger than Cole Bassett. I've said on my shows. If he wants to, bro, he could definitely grab that midfield and make it his, bro. Because Armis is giving him the opportunities.
yeah.
Armis is giving him equal, if not more, chances than some of these
Hmm.
other players that he's taken off. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I
I
think
remember when I saw him with the
it's
second team a couple of years ago. Man, he was amazing. I was like, this guy is gonna be in the first team, definitely starting in the first team next year. And I mean, look at him. He's already got a year under his belt, so I think,
it's only going
yeah,
to do him better. It's only
yeah,
going to do him better.
definitely. Yeah, you're right.
Um, and I would like to see, Georgie and Cole need to get on the score sheet, bro. I mean, all of our team, Cabral needs to get a goal. Georgie needs to get another, a couple more, maybe some assists. Um, I honestly, if it's not a clean sheet, bro, it's probably going to be like a 2-3, a 3-3, a high scoring game. Because, like I said,
Yeah,
we're either going to stick to our game plan defensively and hold them down, and offensively we're going to get it done, or it's going to be like just hit or miss, bro.
yeah,
KG, or wide open, one of the two. I mean,
yeah. Because
but I guess
honestly,
that's how any game could go.
how I think Charlie's gonna try to play it out. It's the typical way how away teams come out to play here in Denver, right? Where they're trying to play solid from the back. They're really not going to be attacking. They're not going to have the possession of the ball most of the time, but they're going to try
Yeah,
to hit us on the counterattacks, right? On the
counter.
direct
We
attacks, right?
struggle with teams like that, Jose.
On those transitions, right? Yeah. So that's always been the problem about the Rapids at home. We definitely have to play a smart game. We have to stick to our game plan, like you said, but we got to be careful and cautious about that, right? About the counters. That's when we
Yeah.
have our problems, I think, when we're defending or when we're running towards our own goal. That's when we look
Mm,
vulnerable, right? When we're defending.
mm.
I really think so.
Yeah. Um, our toughest games have been against these teams that sit back
Mm-hmm.
and allow us to try.
Yep.
Hold on, and allow us to try and my wife tried to get in the garage. Sorry. Um, um, they must have been home. They must have got home. I thought I tied them up good enough.
Oh.
That's when we have a hard time, bro. That's when we have the hard time, is to try and break down these teams. So, uh,
That's when we struggle. Yep. Mm-hmm. And just, I mean, somehow just try to get some shots on goal too. I mean, like, yeah. So let's just, try to get some shots on goal. Try the long range efforts. Okay, so let's just try to do that for the Rapids. I mean, the last few games I haven't seen um a lot of efforts. Especially with the yeah, no problem, man. I haven't seen a lot of shots. Long range shots. I think that's also what we have to do for this next game. We have to
yeah,
take some chances on that, right? And we have players that can do that. We have Georgie, we got Cole as well. I mean, even Ollie
Oliver
Larraz too.
Larraz.
Yeah,
Oliver
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Larraz has a
yeah,
peach on him, homie.
yeah, 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 yeah. The goal he scored last year against LA Galaxy in the playoffs, man, that was one of the
Yes.
best goals that I've seen from long range. So we also need
Yeah.
to need to need to look on that, definitely. Yeah, we need to improve on that.
Bro, before we close this stream off, bro, I want to say I see a lot of similarities in both of my teams, Tottenham and the Rapids, the way we try to play.
Yes. Hmm.
Um, I actually always say that, like, Hoffa is our Richarlison. I equal him to Richarlison because it's a lot of
Or
the same
Solanke even.
similarities. Or Solanke, the way we
Yeah.
try to play, like last season, I know Coach said that I actually asked him how he felt about Ange's system, you know what I mean? And now he wants to mimic, he said, not mimic, but said kind of replicate the way Liverpool is trying to
Mhm.
play. And I've always said, bro, that's pretty, I mean, I'll take that, bro. I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah.
Big up to my homie Bobby K. Hope you're well, my homie. How did I miss this? I don't know, man. You got to turn the notifications on, my homie. You got
Yeah.
to turn the notifications on.
La campanita.
But big up, my homie. This is my homie Bobby K. This is my homie Jose. Jose is
Bobby.
a local Rapids content creator and a Spurs fan as well. My homie here in Denver.
There.
Uh,
Come on, you
my homie,
Spurs.
my homie Bobby. Yeah. So we were actually probably just about to end the show off, Bobby. But yeah, dude, I like I said, I think if the Rapids can definitely take shots, like you just said so yourself,
Yeah.
take them shots, homie, and just Hoffa's always there for a lucky rebound to jam it in. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I
So
agree.
if you could get these lucky bounces, I mean, look, the other weekend, Cole Bassett was a lucky recipient of a bounce and got himself his first goal of the season, and
Yeah.
it was just by that, I mean, just being in the right place at the right time. And Hoffa's got a knack of doing that, bro. So, like I said, if we're to win this game, it's either going to be a tight one or we're going to do them. So,
Yeah.
um, anything you want to add to the stream, bro? Anything you want to say, or anything what you got coming up on your channel, bro?
So I mean, the usual, pretty much. We're still doing the away game live streams with the play by play. We obviously do them in Spanish. If nothing changes, next week we're gonna do the Vancouver game. It's gonna start at 7:30. Um, we always do the podcast. There's a weekly episode every time in Spanish. The only podcast that talks about the Rapids in Spanish, 100%. That's us. That's us, definitely. And yeah, that's what we got going on the channel. We got some content, here and there. One more thing that we might want to add up: the third kit's coming up. Third kit for the Rapids
Yeah,
is
bro,
coming up.
fucking hell. Let's talk
Yeah,
about that, homie.
yeah. So I
I
mean,
did tell you we wanted to talk about that.
yeah, I got a few updates about the kit. Foodie Headlines reported that the kit was gonna release on April 4th, right, which is next week, next Friday. I got the reports from sources from the club, from inside the club, that the kit is not releasing yet on April 4th. So the kit is going to release sometime during the summer. I asked about the colors if they were accurate. They said no comment on that, but that
Mm,
I think it's gonna be pretty accurate. The Rapids are
mm.
gonna wear green again, just like they did from '96 to '02. Um, those were the years when the Rapids wore the green kit, um, and that's the only update that I have. I mean, we're finally getting looked at for a third kit. I think it was about time. Um, yeah, there we go.
Have you seen these ones?
I've seen them
My
around.
homie
Yeah,
got
yeah,
these
yeah.
ones. Yeah, the homie made these ones here.
They're great. Yeah, and it's gonna be
The
that,
Rapidos.
and it's gonna be that tone of green that are gonna go back to.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be interesting
I'm
to see
looking
what.
forward to it, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they combine it with. If it's gonna be like a black short or a white short, something, or just all green. That's gonna look perfect too. Yeah, the all green kit might look amazing as well. So yeah, we definitely have to keep our eyes open on that. We're finally getting a third kit. It was kind of frustrating, that we didn't get looked at from last year because they gave those those third kits only to clubs
Oh,
that were
yeah.
that were originals, and they added Inter
Yeah.
Miami and LAFC, which have less than 10 years in the league.
Zero.
So yeah,
Zero
so
heritage, homie. Zero
exactly.
heritage.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I mean, finally, it's finally happening. The kid will be linked to the club's 30th what's it called, anniversary. So
Anniversary, yeah.
yeah, so that's gonna be huge. We're definitely gonna get a really nice kit. I have no predictions and I have like no leaked images of how it's gonna look,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if I mean, just the color itself is gonna look amazing. It's just gonna look
Well,
amazing.
I can honestly say, bro, that I think fans, Rapids fans, are eager for um for something like that. Tell me not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Another jersey. The Headwaters kit was dope. The way they changed up the C, did something a bit different. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's actually what I was going to ask you for. Marcelo Balboa in August they'll be retiring his number, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
But
Yep. Him right here.
what I was gonna tell you is you think we reckon we might see El Pibe around here for that match.
Yeah. 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 We might. Yeah. I mean, I always see him in the press box. Because he calls game for Apple TV. So yeah, I always see him. I hope that's a big celebration. I don't know if they're gonna wait that long. until that game, to maybe present the kit. They might probably do it before, just because of maybe of Leagues Cup that's coming up, and you obviously want to show off, that kit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
leak it. I'm all for it. Just put it out tomorrow. But I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
it would be like a dope, to have Pibe there, and they got the new mural that they did outside of the stadium that has,
which looks
it's obviously
amazing.
got Valderrama. Yeah, it's got
Wow,
Valderrama. It's got
Balboa.
uh Balboa himself as well. So uh that's dope that the Rapids are, and especially for the 30th season, bro. Like they're trying to put back to it, bro.
Hmm. Yeah, I really think it's a pretty good initiative from the club and from Saludos Victor. Yeah, he's a big fan. He's always listening to us
I was
on the
him in
live
your
streams.
chats.
Yeah,
Yep,
he's amazing. Thank you, Victor.
big
Thank
up.
you, thank you. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be something great. It's gonna be amazing. I really can't wait to have the third kit. I mean, we usually get pretty good kits. I gotta say, the burgundy one that we have this year and the year before, that's one of the best ones. That's really one of the best ones.
Yeah,
The Headwaters one, it's really, really, really cool too. The one that I really didn't like was the New Day kit. I really didn't like it, more because of the colors, because it's blue, makes me think of like Manchester City or something like that. But I mean,
hmm.
it was pretty decent. Why not?
I like it. Yeah, like I'm a fan of it. The one that goes with this one.
Yes. Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a fan of it, bro. I like it. It's different. That's why I like it. You know what I mean? Yep,
Yeah. Well, used
yep,
to look like this, pretty much like this type
yeah,
of blue. Yep. Hmm.
yeah. I'm a fan of it, bro. It's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just makes me think of Man City. I don't know why, and I just can't stand
Yeah.
Man City.
Well, Man City's a Man City. Yeah, I could see that part of it,
Yeah.
but I could also say how they are associated with winning. So,
Yeah. That's why I don't
so
like
yeah.
the Spurs second kit, the away kit, because it's got way too much blue,
Mm,
light blue.
hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen this one that I had made?
Let's see. Oh, is it the Esther's one? It looks really,
Yeah.
really cool, man. A nice design.
This is
Yeah.
I got my daughter one right there, but she don't ever wear it, so I took it and put it up so I could put it up, bro. But um, and then quick, you had a stream the other day. You had a premiere the other day that I watched. I thought it was very interesting, bro. And you touched on the women's team. Denver,
Yeah.
of course, becoming the latest the latest designation for destination for a women's team.
Hmm.
They've come out since with renderings. They gave out scarves at the stadium. I think now we're just waiting like on a team name, right, or something like that. And
Yes.
thoughts on that, homie? Like I know you put out your video, but I mean it was in Spanish. But just in case anybody here wants to get like a quick little summary or anything, just your quick
Sure.
thoughts on that, bro.
No, I mean the project is amazing. I mean, I think it's like one of the biggest investments, that any kind of group has made into a professional club here in the States. So that's big, and for Denver to be that biggest investment, it's just amazing. That's gonna that's gonna put us now with 6 professional teams in town. So that is amazing, right? The stadium looks amazing, the planning looks amazing. I think today they just
The area,
released
yep,
yeah, I think today they just released also, their plan that they have for the temporary stadium and the training center. It just
trainings,
looks
yeah.
it just looks amazing, right? But what really bothered me, like I said on my own podcast, was the fans that are pointing fingers at the Rapids, right? When it's first
Two
and
different
foremost,
things.
yeah, exactly. First and foremost, yes, it's the same sport. However, it's different. It's just different teams, different leagues, that is for. So I I truly believe that there's a market for every single thing here in town. You know, you can have the Nuggets playing at the same time as the Rockies and the Broncos at the same time. You can have all 3 teams playing at the same time, and all 3 venues are going to be sold out. So, I mean, there's fans for every single team here in town. So, what really bothered me was that the fans were just pointing, fingers at the Rapids, saying that, oh, you should have done this investment before they did. Well, I mean, too bad that that they didn't, right? But the Rapids have a way of doing their things, and I don't think it has been an unsuccessful, way of doing things. I think they've been keeping up the team here in town for 30 years. If it was an unsuccessful business for the Rapids owners, they would have just, sold the team years ago. No, go Broncos. That's all I got to say. Here you go. Go Broncos.
My homie's a big Bills fan. Oh,
Well,
and
we
Jose also does he also does stuff with the Broncos. Not stuff with the Broncos, but he's doing Broncos related stuff as well. Good luck on that too, bro. I see that you're
thank you.
doing a lot. I see your stuff on Instagram for that as
Yeah,
well too, bro. So
yeah, we do the
but
yeah we do
no,
the play by
but
play. Yeah, for the Broncos in Spanish for radio. So yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty big.
big up, my homie.
Definitely. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
do you have a notebook for that one or not yet?
Yeah. Actually, here before we head out because it's getting kind of late. My wife has been cooking for quite some time out there. I do have. Oh, here it is. I had to write the whole roster of the team. Right. I don't know if you can see it right here. It's the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah,
roster.
yeah.
The whole roster, because obviously in football, I mean, the quarterback and maybe the running back are the ones that get the ball the most. But then you also have to be careful about all of the other 51 names, right, that are on the roster. So it's really
You gotta
difficult.
know
Yeah.
you got to
So
know who
here,
number 57 Holden is.
exactly. Yeah. You got to know every single one. Here's another example. It takes 2 pages,
Damn.
man. It takes 2 pages.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was the one that I showed you. Oh man, where is it? Oh, right here. This was the game against the Seattle Seahawks on September 8th. That was my professional debut as a broadcaster, as a play-by-play, commentator.
Nice. Yeah.
This was it. I do have another one right here of a pregame of a preseason game. That was actually the first one, but I mean, since it was a preseason one, it technically doesn't count, but it kind of
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
So yeah,
It's
yeah.
officially unofficial.
Official and official, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, brother.
Well, your YouTube channel is linked in the description if anybody is still watching or watching this on playback and wants to reach out and support the homies channel as well. It's definitely in the description. And like I said, the homie does hit a proper goal, and I can't do so. Uh, that's worth a like and a subscribe and a comment as well, my homies. But
You can
no,
put
bro,
on
if
an
there's nothing
example if
else,
you want
dude,
here.
yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah. Oh, man, where is it? Okay, here. Ya la tiene desde el fondo ahora Cole Bassett. Toca entre líneas con Oli Larraz. Bien, ahí conecta con Mihailovic. Balón filtrado. Navarro dentro del área. Navarro. ¡Gol!
Yes.
That was Rafa Navarro's goal against Austin.
Let's
Yep.
go.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we do have the big lungs for that. So, yeah, we got to take advantage of
Well,
him.
that's good, bro. That's good, bro. Well, I want to say, like I said, I'm glad I gave you your flowers earlier, bro. I appreciate everything that you're doing, my homie. And yeah, let's do it again, bro. Let's do it again. We definitely will keep
Yeah.
in contact. And yeah, for anybody that's still here, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like this live stream, subscribe if you aren't, you filthy animals. And we'll catch you guys on the next one, my homies. Yeah, let's go. Not only is it come on you Spurs, but it's also up the fucking pit.